Hello, this will be a channel message for you for your highest good. And I trust that it found you at the perfect time. I really appreciate you being here with me in this moment. And as always, I love you so much. I love you for consistently showing up here for me and with me, and for allowing me the opportunity to read for your beautiful energy. I really appreciate that. I'm not going to mess around because there's a bit to unpack here. I feel like there's a lot going on with you guys. I feel like maybe you're pretty busy. So I'm just getting the sense that you're working through a lot. And I feel like there's been this shift. There's been this stepping through some kind of a portal into a new world. I say that because I get this Knight of Pentacles in the past here, this Knight of Earth. Seahorses might be significant here, but I see you in the past really setting the intention to create a better life for yourself. Take some level of responsibility for your finances and your health, and coming at this through this lens of being worth it, knowing you deserve to feel good, and that maybe you need more resources to do that, or just some kind of up-leveling was part of the intention here. And it's actually happened. Like, you've stepped into this new life, or this new stage of your life, really, this level, right? And if sometimes it feels like you're going backwards, because I get the Knight of Pentacles into the Page of Pentacles here, if sometimes it feels like you're going backwards, it's because you have stepped into this new life, right? Like, I'm hearing that new levels, new devils kind of vibe. There's new lessons to be learned here, and everything that you're attracting to you is designed to bring you more joy or show you a new lesson that needs to be learned. So now you're really stepping into this Page of Pentacles energy where you're learning new things, new ways of showing up in the world, new ways of using your intuition with that cat energy, right? And I'm just seeing the crowns on both of these cards, right? Like, so don't let this new level make you doubt your royalty, because you're so worth it, and what you've done has worked. You've set the intention for a better life for yourself, and you are in the process of creating that. And I know I say this a lot, but there's a process that's happening here. There's definitely a big call and a big message here to trust the process while you are in this strength energy currently, in your current position. Your patience is being tested, your ability to stay aligned with your higher self while you're learning this new information and these lessons and getting all of this new input. And like I said, I feel like you're busy. Like, there's a lot going on just at this moment in time. So you're sort of having to maintain and keep this flow and keep this cycle, this infinity cycle going with all of this new sensory input. And I get that you guys are this lion, right? And you've developed this new creation. It's this little lamb. It's almost like the roles being reversed here. Like, you're stepping into your power and your expressive creative ability, and you're nurturing this cute little creation that you've made for yourself that's gonna grow into this big beautiful thing. But like I say, there's a process that's happening here. So much earth on the board, just in general. So much earth energy. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I get a lot of Leo too with this full moon in Leo card. I get Aries, and I get heavy Pisces energy as well. So I really see you guys showing up as this Page of Cups and this Wheel of Fortune in reverse. It really makes me think that with this new level that you've reached and this new paradigm that you've created for yourself, like, you've stepped into this new role. That's what I'm hearing. Like, you've stepped into a new role in your life. And what's happening is, on one hand, you've got this level of curiosity, and your imagination might start to just run wild here at all of the possibilities that are now available to you, that will come available to you over time, right? But I think that this new level that you're in, this new world that you're in, it's exposing some old behaviors, some old ways of showing up in the world. And I'm talking about like big picture stuff here with this Wheel of Fortune. I think that it may feel like you have actually changed your destiny, or you've shifted your like your destined path, which that in itself is an illusion, but that's like a whole other conversation. But it may feel like you've taken control of your destiny, or you've almost changed your destiny here. But what's happened is, now that you're on this new path, it seems like you've taken this whole new path, it's exposing old behaviors that don't serve you, old ways of how you saw the world and how you saw yourself. And like I said, like really big picture stuff is coming to the light, and it's coming to the surface to be seen, because this stuff doesn't serve you in this new life that you had the intention for, right? You've done everything you need to do in setting the intention, and you've stepped into this role, but now everything that doesn't serve you is going to fall away, and it needs to be seen first. It needs to be processed first. There's a big message around patience, around letting go, around asking for help from source, like one step at a time. Spirit has your back here. But I don't want to get too ahead of myself. I feel like on your feminine side, there's a lot of input, like I was saying, a lot of sensory input, a lot of new information. And this Page of Cups sort of makes me think that while you do want to step into your purpose, and this, I feel like this whole thing has been about finding your purpose and stepping more in line with your destiny here and your life purpose. On one hand, that's what you want, but there may be a part of you with this Page of Cups on an emotional level that is kind of missing the peace that you had in your old life. Like, yes, you had that feeling of, it's like you're living in your South Node energy, right? And when you're living in that level of comfortability that you had, that monotonous, like, you know, that big fish in a small pond kind of energy. Yes, you have that nagging feeling that there's more that's out there for you. And that's what's pulled you out, is the feeling that you're here for something bigger, like you're here for something more, right? But now with all of this new energy and this kind of challenging energy of having to learn all these new things, I feel like there's a part of you that may be revisiting the past a little bit and looking back and really appreciating the peace that you had, you know what I mean? Like, it's sort of like, man, things were kind of easier, like, you know, and you've moved away from it because this new life is so much better for you. And I'm hearing too, we always remember the good stuff, and the brain's kind of designed in a way to remove all of the negativity and the bad energy. So there's stuff here that you're not even, it's like you're forgetting maybe why you moved away from that in the first place, and just looking at all of the good times and looking at that level of peace you had. But I digress. I want to say that I think that as we move through this process, and as these things get sorted out, these things that needed to be transmuted, you know, these old patterns of behavior, you'll get that level of peace. You'll attain that level of being able to relax, being able to breathe out, right? And I think Spirit kind of wants you to do that now and step into that, as challenging as it is, because there is this illusion or illusory energy, and it's so, I mean, it can be so hard to see it when you're in it, right? When you're in the weeds. But Spirit kind of wants you to relax and breathe out a bit and let go, despite all of this stuff that's happening to you. And I really get there's just this juggling energy, this feeling of, like I said, a lot of sensory input, maybe looking back at the things that you enjoyed as a kid, or not even as a kid, but the things that you enjoyed in this old kind of life that you were living that wasn't your true life. Like the old coping mechanisms and stuff, you know what I mean? Like the TV shows and the substances and the comfort food. Like, there's a temptation maybe to go back to that old stuff. But what's happening is you've so clearly set this intention, and you're in this new life. You're in the Strength and the Page of Pentacles, right? You're in it, and you're showing up every day and doing the work. You guys have been doing the work, seriously, with all of this earth energy. Just showing up and getting it done. So you're taking responsibility for that, and not allowing yourself to slip back into those old behaviors, or at least really trying to look at things from a really practical level and look at these things that want your attention. Okay, it could be people, or it could just be old coping mechanisms, things you used to enjoy, and looking at it really practically and just thinking, I don't have time for this. Like, I'm juggling enough. I'm creating a new life for myself. Okay, where I'm going is really good. I feel like you guys know that where you're going is good and you feel really good about it and you feel like you're more in line with your purpose. And that's what's causing you to think, well, look, I got to put some stuff down here with this Two of Pentacles in reverse and this King of Pentacles upright. You know, I got to take a level of responsibility. I got to look at some people in my life and think, well, look, I love spending time with you and you're my friend, but on a practical level, I got to set some kind of a boundary here. And not in a bad way, but think, is this relationship kind of helping me? Like maybe some of you, because I really get this with this King of Pentacles, dealing with people around you and thinking, man, like I love you, or girl, you know, I love you, but I don't really have time right now. Like I've got to put myself first. I've got to prioritize myself and my purpose. And, you know, maybe it's not going to always be this way. And I'm going to reach this level of peace and harmony, right? This feeling of serenity. This is where we're going and this is what we want. But just for now, while I'm working through all this stuff, like while I'm working through all of this pentacle energy, just don't really have time right now, you know? So like it's this learning to use that throat chakra, that Taurus energy, and be a bit stubborn and firm. And with love, create some boundaries with people. I kind of get that on your feminine energy. Just setting those boundaries with the input, with the things that are coming in and thinking, look, on a practical level, this might not really serve me here. So I'm just going to like, you know, like just for now, like separate myself from things a little bit. But then on your masculine side, it's really interesting, right? And this is why I say there's this theme of letting go, you know, relinquishing a little bit of control, trying to live in that peace frequency, right? Trying to live in that harmony frequency, even with all of this stuff going on, trying to embody that. Because I get the Emperor in reverse and I get the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Now, the Emperor is Aries energy, and the Emperor speaks a lot also about taking control. And there's a healthy amount of control that can be established here. But with the reverse position, it makes me think that we're so used to pushing and taking control of the situation. And that may not be really serving us here. And while our patience is being tested and we're having to give ourselves a lot of grace at this time, the overly controlling energy is not super helpful. And the Seven of Pentacles in reverse really speaks about impatient and a potential to sabotage yourself and your plans because you're not willing to wait maybe longer than we've been expecting to have to wait because of what's happened in the past. And I'm really hearing that saying like a watched pot never boils. So instead of looking at I'm getting a frequency of like looking at the results almost with a lack mentality and kind of watching things a bit too closely, if that makes sense. Like just keep showing up and doing the work. Like you've been doing the work and things may feel like there's a bit of juggling going on or there's too much because you have a lot to do and there's a lot going on, and maybe it would help to be more at peace with the process and create that harmony in your life just by being at peace with the work that you've done and not standing and looking at the results and like almost this frequency of being paralyzed by fear. It's like you're looking too closely at the results and there's still this feeling of expectation, I'm sorry to say, control and expectation, which is making life a bit more difficult because it's taking your energy and you could be using that energy to just keep moving through the process here. And I really get that with your subconscious fears being nothing will come of this situation and meditate and contemplate. These are just your subconscious fears. And there's still this old control mechanism that we're so used to living out of. And it's like keep taking the action and moving through that pentacle energy and doing the practical stuff like you've been doing. just keep doing what you've been doing, but don't look so closely at the result. Like, trust the process. That's a big message here. Just trust the process and almost surrender, right? Like, Pisces is about surrendering, and this is a new moon card. So there's new energies that are being dealt with, and old patterns of behavior that are being released and revealing this emotional center. And I'm really getting this Emperor is holding up this cube, right? And the cube, I feel like, is the paradigm that you've created for yourself using your ego, like using those expectations, those things that we learn from society. Like, society teaches us to get up and work and take control over and over, and don't sit around and meditate. You know what I mean? Like, there's so much messaging around that. And so we're learning to almost relinquish a bit of this control, have faith in the process, and surrender to the divine. Because source and spirit and God, however you want to say it, is love. It's all made up of unconditional love. And that's why I say stuff like spirit has your back, God has your back. It's because we're living in love and from love. But the separation is learned. And the fear is learned inside of this matrix that we're born into. And now there's a message here about unlearning those behaviors. There's a lot of unlearning that is happening here. And continue to have patience and give yourself grace. I know I say this in every reading, give yourself grace. I say it over and over. But with you guys showing up as the strength card here, know that you're unlearning old patterns of behavior, right, that are coming up with this Wheel of Fortune in reverse. There's old stuff that's still being worked through, and you're doing so well to navigate it. Just don't worry too much about the result, because you're going in the right direction. Right? You're in line with your purpose. You're following your North Star. You've stepped into your North Node energy. So just have faith that you're doing all of the right things, and just keep hammering away at this Pentacle energy and almost come to peace with that. Come to terms with that. You know, there's a level of acceptance here. And you guys you totally got it. Spirit's giving you things that you can handle here, and you're leveling up. Like, you've set the intention to level up because you're royalty. You know, with the Knight of Pentacles into the Page of Pentacles, and you're learning how to, you know, delegate and put things down and surrender and become this King of Pentacles. Really step into that level of creating that security for yourself, that security that you wanted this whole time, you know. And that's why I think it's your gift to release. To understand that you're going through a process where you're unlearning behaviors, you're letting go. And just keep telling yourself that. And that's what's going to inspire you with this Passion card. And try to stay inspired at this time and use the things that light you up and make you feel good in a responsible way, right? Like, the things that make you feel good, whether it's stuff from your old life that you want to take with you that's now taking a different shape or whatever, you know, the stuff that makes you feel good but with balance, right? Like, in a responsible way. That's the call here. But I see you guys doing everything that you got to do. It's like this reading's just clarifying to you and almost giving you a bit of a sense of relief in a way. I'm hearing, like, you guys might be feeling a bit relieved that you're doing everything right, and you're doing everything you got to do. You just got to continue to surrender, let go of the control, and let go of this matrix that you've created for yourself. Really explore, you know, what are my motivations? Why do I feel like I want to get from point A to point B? Like, why do I feel like I'm in a rush? Like, what is informing that? Is it me? Is it my higher self that is in a rush? Or is there still some kind of old social program that is telling me that we need to be a certain thing, or have a certain status, or look a certain way, or impress a certain person? You know, these are all learned behaviors, right? And we're letting go of it. I just really don't want you guys to, like, go slower than you have to. I think that this Seven of Pentacles energy, like I said, a watched pot never boils. It's like you're slowing yourself down potentially when you look too closely at the result and try to take too much control. and just be the creator. That's not part of what I was saying. So like, let go of the control and don't watch too closely. Full stop. Be the creator. You know what I mean? Like, think about what I was saying with that Page of Cups energy, like that being a kid. Who were you when you're a kid? And shout outs to a good friend of mine, Hunter Moon. I want to give this guy a shout out, right? Lyran Codes 432 is his YouTube name. He's one of my favorite readers. Lyran Codes, Lyran, Lyran Codes 432. I want to give a shout out to him because we had a big conversation about this, about embodying that childlike energy, that creative energy. You know, who were you when you were a kid? What was it to you when you were a child? What were you trying to create? And there was probably no, when you were really young, like whatever it was you were doing, you were immersed in the world. You were lost in the world. There was no separation between you and the world, right? And to just embody that, that's your gift at this time. So I didn't mean to go so long on those cards, but like I said, there was a lot to unpack here. And the final thing I'll say is that don't be afraid to keep asking for help. I feel like some of you guys really want guidance at this time. And just know that Spirit will keep giving you the clues. It'll keep giving you the answers, just one step at a time. I don't think you're supposed to see the bigger picture. But you're supposed to just keep following that path. Keep putting one foot in front of the other at this time, and don't be afraid to get really practical with this guidance. So don't be afraid to sit in meditation and set the intention that you will receive some kind of insight, okay, from Spirit, and receive some kind of guidance from Spirit. Don't be afraid to write that down. Don't be afraid to journal. You know, don't be afraid to pull some cards and then get really practical with it. You know, like write this stuff down. It's going to really help you here. And I get the Page of Pentacles in the past. So we've shifted timelines in the 21 minutes that I've been talking to you. There's been another shift. Because we've gone from the Page of Pentacles in the future to this in the past. So it's like, all right, I know what I got to do. We've shifted again. So well done, guys. And I get the Empress in reverse in the current position. So I think that this is going to reveal to you now this level of wanting to take control and rush. This feeling, this learned behavior around wanting to rush ahead and push is actually coming from a lack mentality. And still having this innate belief that has been learned that you don't deserve to receive, or there's something about life that makes you need to get it. Like you can't just sit back and receive it. And this might be a bit of a process that you need to work through. And maybe something happened to you earlier in life that kind of taught you that you're not special or something. You know, some garbage like that we're releasing. We're letting go of all this stuff that does not serve us, you know. These weak programs that tell us that we're not special, that we're not worthy, that we don't deserve to receive. That's the core of the issue here. I think that's what's creating this need. It feels like a need to push, you know, to be impatient. And it's coming from some kind of lack mindset that's being transmuted here. You know, on top of this Wheel of Fortune in reverse. And just be playful at this time, you know. Just keep, like I said, putting one foot in front of the other, being at peace with that process, and then just stepping into that childlike mentality, that creative mentality here. And the King of Swords, and the Chariot in reverse. Okay, interesting. Let me unpack this. Because I get the Fool in the future, right? So there's almost like this new level that you've reached, and this new world that I was talking about that you've stepped into. You're going to take one more step into a life that is this. Okay, so how can I explain this? You're in this new life, but you're still holding on to this cube, right? There's still this matrix that you're holding up. You're in the new paradigm. You set the intention that you want a new life, more in line with your purpose, and you're in it. You've stepped through the portal. But you're still holding this thing up. this cube, this old belief matrix. And when you put that down, when you put that cube down and just step into that creative, childlike, when you put this stuff down, the lack mentality and the feeling that you don't deserve to just create and be a creator and be childlike, when you put that stuff down, that's when you step into that full energy. You're in the new life, but you don't have to hold that cube up. You're free to go anywhere now. The Fool is free to go anywhere. Because it's not holding this big, the Fool isn't holding this big cube up, right? So, and he can go into the unknown and step off this cliff because there isn't a need to control the outcome. Okay, but it's just going to take a bit, it's just a process, like I keep saying. It's take a bit of work, it's okay. Be patient. It doesn't have to happen overnight. You're just constantly shifting, I see it. There's a shift and another shift and a shift, and just be cool at this time, be level-headed. And there's something here about your relationships, the way you're interacting with other people. It's like there's a need to take control of your own life and take control of your boundaries. Don't take control of the outcome and try to look too closely at the outcome here and the bigger picture. You need to have faith in the process, but take control of what's coming in, who you're talking to, what you're eating, what your thoughts are, what are your beliefs. That's what this message is there's a need to take control of your beliefs and cut out this lack mentality and focus on the stuff that makes you feel good, this Page of Cups, and use that imagination and dream and trust in the dream. Meditate and contemplate with this new moon in Pisces. Just trust in the dream. And keep developing these dreams and just be in life. Just be in life. Just be a kid with no separation. Just enjoy being the creator. Enjoy being creative. I want to clarify this Chariot in reverse though, because it's giving me the heebie-jeebies. What's that all about? Seriously, Ace of Swords. Okay. I'll pull one more. Because okay, you know what this is? Is that you're not allowed, it's like you're not allowed to proceed without putting this cube down, cutting this thing out, and getting to the truth, and cutting away all of the illusions, right? Like the Ace of Swords, what it'll do is it will cut down all of, like I was saying, this construct that you've created for yourself. I don't think I need another card. This construct that you've created for yourself, and it's beliefs, but it's like illusions and emotional illusions and attachments to things. You've developed emotional attachments to this matrix because it makes you feel safe. I'm sorry if I'm coming across as a bit harsh here, but there's attachments on all these different levels and the feeling of safety that maybe you're getting from holding up this cube. And I'm sorry to say, but I don't think you're going to be able to move forward in the way that you want to, and you're not going to be able to have this successful journey where you're free to move, right, with this Fool card, unless you cut this stuff out. That there's really a call to just release here. Okay? With this autumnal equinox, I'm hearing autumn might be really significant for you guys. Autumn, the next autumn might be huge. I'm really excited because it's summer here. So I hear that and I'm stoked. I know for a lot of you it's winter and it's like, man, I gotta wait, right? But remember, Seven of Pentacles in reverse, okay? Just be patient. There's no rush here. We're learning to be at peace with the process. We're learning to feel good in the process. That's what this whole thing is. And just keep doing what you're doing. But I don't think, because with this Chariot, right? The Chariot is free to move wherever he wants, right? That's the message of the card, is that level of determination, the matrix and the mental paradigm and any kind of limiting beliefs cannot hold him back. There's a level of determination here and a level of belief and a level of heart. Like the Chariot has heart and it's ruled by Cancer, right? So it's this Page of Page of, I'm everywhere here, by the way, which is fine. This Page of Cups energy, this living from the heart, this living from the heart space and being that childlike self, really connecting with that inner child and just being in the world, being the creator and slowly feeling more and more safe to do that. That is going to be the thing that makes you free to move anywhere you want outside of any kind of matrix, because the heart always knows, right? The heart has all the answers, and that's what's going to help you move forward. I'm sorry to say, but you're not going to be able to move in the way that you would like. You know, you want this full energy, this chariot energy, but you're not going to be able to move in the way that you would like unless you cut this stuff out. You have to release it. Not usually this stern, but you guys, you have to release it. I say that with so much love. I'm sending you so much love at this time as you move through the process. You're absolutely killing it. And it's just time to let go, right? It's time to let go of this cube once and for all. Throw it in the damn bin. For real. Love you guys. Love you guys so much. Let's just do an oracle card. I am saying this too. I didn't quite catch this, but immerse yourself. It's exactly what I was saying. Immerse yourself in the process. Learn new things. Be that Page of Pentacles. You know, be that Page of Cups. Just be in that page energy. You're safe to do so. And Spirit's put you there for a reason. Sorry. Spirit has put you from the Knight of Pentacles into the Page of Pentacles for a reason. You're safe to be the page at this time and to learn these new lessons with patience, with grace, as the Strength card. Keep that flame burning. Alchemical process. Crazy reading. Love this reading, guys. I love this reading. This was awesome. Great message here. Don't be afraid to let go, because it's all for your highest good, right? Tower kind of vibes, but without the tower. it's like the tower without the tower, right? We're just letting go. We got the choice, you know, we got the power here to let go. And Spirit's just saying, like, you're not going to be able to move freely in the way you want unless you let go. That's just the reality of the situation. Weight of the world. Boundaries. Let it go. It's not yours to carry. Is that not everything I was talking about? Setting those healthy boundaries. Doing things in balance here. Right, with this King of Pentacles energy. And the King of Swords that came out. I'll never find it. There's way too much energy on the board now. There he is. King of Pentacles. King of Swords energy. Setting those boundaries. Knowing what's good for you. Taking responsibility for the things that you can control. And anything that you can't control and it's part of this bigger picture, just give it to Spirit. Because you've set the intention. Boundaries. Let it go. It's not yours to carry. All this stress and this matrix, this construct, this mental construct, it's not yours to carry, guys. It doesn't serve you anymore. It kept you safe up until this point, but it's not serving you where you want to go. As this creative spirit that's free to move wherever it wants, the matrix is not going to serve you anymore. And I get this star family. You're part of a team of souls. Call in support. Yo, that's what I was saying. Hey, don't be afraid to ask for help. Ask Spirit for help. Get really practical with it. Call in your soul family, your soul tribe, your astral tribe. Set the intention, you know, sit down with your journal and say, I'm calling in my cosmic family to give me guidance. And just meditate on that. Maybe pull a card if you have your own cards. Call in help. Don't be afraid, guys, because I feel like you really want some guidance here. And this has been a really good message, so I appreciate you sending me this energy, and you're doing so well. Like, you guys have been showing up. I see you've set the intention, and you've just shown up to play, right? Like, you've come to play. You're not messing around. And now, through letting go of these old beliefs that don't serve us, we're going to step into that full energy. And we're going to be able to live freely in this new life that we've created for ourselves, but without all of the baggage. So, I might just leave it there. That was great. And that really pumped me up. So, like I said, you guys are doing great. Thanks again for sharing this space with me. I really appreciate it. I love you so, so much. I'm so, so proud of you. And feel free to share with me what's going on with you. I love reading about it in the comments. And I really appreciate the support too. I will say quickly, like, the way that you guys show me love and support in the comments is like, it just feeds me in a way that I think I would literally have to make a whole other video for half an hour, which I probably will do. because I'm like, this community's grown so much. I almost just want to make a video and chop it up casually and talk about how much I love you guys. Because it's like, I don't even have the words for it, you know. It's the way you guys support me is incredible. So thank you for sharing the space with me. I love you, and I absolutely cannot wait to do it all again the next one, and I'll see you then.